Hello, my amiable students. In this lesson, we'll be dealing with ocean and the phenomena in the ocean. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe the ocean and state the phenomena in the ocean, to identify or state the various advantages or importance of the ocean. Let's look at what the ocean entails. The ocean is a vast body of waters that account for 90 to 97% of the total hydrological structure of the Earth's surface, while the Earth's hydrosphere tends to be 71% of the total Earth's surface. The ocean is saline waters or salty waters that moves from one place to another within or around the continents in the form of poleward to equatorial movement that is regarded as surface current. Just like we have on the normal surface topography, the ocean basin has all the regular features like mountains, plateaus, and others. So let's see the ocean relief. The first part of the ocean relief is the continental shelf. The continental shelf is a shallow part of the waters that form the continental ledge or a country's contiguous zone that is 200 kilometers into the waters. It makes a good ground for harbor, fishing, and other human activities like warfare and defense. It is also used as a ground for mining and other oceanic activities. So this contiguous zone extends into the waters as the continental slope. The continental slope is a 3-kilometer long ledge that steeps down into the ocean plains. It is also 3,000 fathoms long from the shelf to the plains. Due to its steepness, it has no serious basic features like the continental shelf or the ocean plains. The third part of the ocean is the ocean plains, which is home to submarine ridges, mountains, plains, and others. It is also referred to the abyssal part of the ocean. It is home to different aquatic animals or different aquatic features that are both fauna and flora. Moving on to the last part, we have the ocean trench or the ocean deep. The ocean trench is a deep fault or a kind of gorge that extends to the bottom of the ocean in different ranges. The longest trench in the world tend to be Mariana Trench. We also have other trenches like the Guam and the Japanese Trench in the Pacific. Between the trenches and the ocean plains are the submarine islands that tend to extend from the ocean to the surface of the earth as oceanic islands. Let's now look at some phenomena within the ocean. First, we are going to look at sedimentation. We have different types of sedimentations in the ocean. We have those that originate from the land that are called terrigenous deposits, as well as those that were built up or eroded as calcareous, carbonaceous, and other materials within the ocean that are referred to as pelagic deposits. Others are volcanic dust from volcanic eruption that are mound inside the ocean. Pelagic deposits are also referred or regarded as oozes. 2 is the salinity or saltness of the ocean waters. The ocean waters have sodium chloride in part per thousands within the water that tend to make it to be saline or saline. Lines in a map showing places of equal salinity is referred to isohaline inside the map. The degree of saltness of ocean waters can be increased or decreased based on different factors like precipitation or water added by rainfall, glacier and others, as well as evaporation of ocean waters due to high insolation or heat from the sun. Thirdly, we also have water mixing freely by current as water moves from equatorial area poleward or poleward towards the equator. But the average salinity of the ocean waters is 35.5 per thousands of ocean waters. Thirdly, we examine the movement of ocean waters. Ocean waters move in definite pattern within the ocean that is regarded as ocean current. Let's look at the movement of ocean waters. The movement of ocean waters are in definite pattern that is called surface current. Waters move from equatorial region poleward and from the poles towards the equator. But denser water that are cold or highly saline tend to move underneath the ones that are warm and less saline. Factors that affect movement of ocean waters are salinity, temperature, rotation of the earth, as well as landmass. For rotation of the earth, waters that are coming from the equator poleward are being blown to the right in the northern hemisphere and to the left in the southern hemisphere due to Coriolis force or effects. Second factor that affect movement of ocean current or ocean waters is temperature. Light water that are heated move on the surface, while denser water that are cold move underneath. Those that are denser and cold move from the polar region towards the equator, while the latter warm water moves from the equator poleward. The last phenomenon within the ocean is ocean water temperatures or temperatures of the ocean water, which tend to vary diagonally and vertically. This can be caused by latitude as well as heating from the sun. Finally, in a nutshell, we say factors that affect the salinity of the ocean waters are precipitation, waters moving freely by current, equatorward or poleward, as well as heating or evaporation of ocean waters. Factors that affect the movement of ocean waters from the equator poleward and poleward towards the equator are planetary winds that tend to blow waters in the northern hemisphere going westward, warm the eastern part of continent, and those going eastward to warm western part of continent. 2. We also have salinity to control movement of ocean waters, as saline waters are at the bottom of the lighter water that is less saline. We also have rotation of the earth as well as Coriolis force that tend to blow ocean waters in the northern hemisphere to the right and to the left in the southern hemisphere. Lastly, we have the landmass that connects those ocean water also dictate how they will move. So the ocean tend to be 90 to 97% of the total hydrosphere, while the hydrosphere itself is 71% of the total Earth surface. So watch the videos and answer the quizzes that follows this lesson. I wish you